Well, another episode of Raw, another trash episode. I am so frustrated right now. It's not even funny. And I don't want to be too loud because the time I'm recording this is so late. So I'm not about to go on a full rant here, but I just need to discuss some few things. I was watching Raw tonight. And Raw was interesting. I would say Raw, I wouldn't say Raw was good, but it was getting interesting. Some of the storylines developed and all that stuff. And then I seen that bald-headed Goldberg return, and I turned my TV off. I turned my TV off. I didn't even want to watch the show anymore. I didn't even watch the main event. So I can't even tell you what happened. But it probably was a bunch of nothing because we all knew who was going to win the Fatal 4-Way when they announced Jay as the last member. We knew Sheamus and Rusev was going to ball it out with each other. LA Knight was going to cause Bronson Reed potentially. And then Jay would have got the win. So we knew that. This is my problem. We made, I get it. And this is what I'm about to say. I was an advocate for Jay losing the World Heavyweight Champion because the man just kept eating so much. Every time we get to the ring, it's yeet, 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 yeet. We got the ring, it's yeet, yeet, yeet. We get backstage, it's yeet, yeet, yeet. We get on top of the ring, it's yeet, yeet, yeet. We get on the top of the table, yeet, yeet. It's just too much damn eating for me. Like money in the bank. It's a daggone paper. I never would have thought I would say this. I was so glad to see Logan Paul interrupt his interest. And as much as I love Jay and love that theme song, there comes to a point where the theme song is just too it's too over. You just done with it. It's the same thing with the theme. Like, get that song out of my head for once in God's sakes. Oh my man. But let's talk about that segment right there. What the hell was WWE doing? If somebody has a better question, or no, if somebody has a better answer than I do, please tell me in the comments. What the hell was WWE doing? You're telling me we wasted Jay Uso's reign for an over. You watch his interest when he kicked out, he was limping to the ring, my guy. Already, bro, like already, you're limping to the ring. You haven't even thrown a hand yet, and you already limping to the ring. You should stay your old ass home. Nobody do not need to see you go, bro. And trust me and believe me when I'm saying this, because everybody's gonna think I hate the guy. I don't hate the guy at all. Matter of fact, I don't know the guy personally, but the character of Goldberg, his days are over, and it's okay. Steve Austin left. The Rock's not active wrestling no more. The Undertaker ain't active wrestling. Hell, even Shawn Michaels not even active wrestling. Hell, even John Cena, although he's in his retirement tour, is not even really actively wrestling. Like, he's playing. Yes, he's actively wrestling, but he's really not wrestling. Be thinking about it. We getting over in 2025 for a world heavyweight champion. What kind of bullshit is this? Please tell me, what kind of bullshit is this? It makes you wonder, hey, MVP may have been right about Triple H being racist because as soon as Jay loses the title, and he's not even all the way back, he's Samoan, but as soon as a racially Samoan guy loses the title, oh, who's the guy for guy's first two? A white guy versus another white guy for the World Heavyweight Champion. It's time to talk about that ball fraud Triple H. Because everybody thinks Triple H is up and good tush and all that stuff. No, the man is known for holding people back. But I don't look. Everybody is giving him credit for these NXT days, and I get it. But it wasn't just him. It was him and Shawn Michaels. Him and Shawn Michaels created NXT. Him and Shawn Michaels created NXT into what NXT became at its time. We not gonna forget that reign of terror from this guy specifically, Triple H, Paul Levesque, the guy that made a racially profile statement to Booker T on national television. National television. And then what did WWE decide to do? They play the race card, and Booker T doesn't even win the match at WrestleMania 19. And we're supposed to believe that Triple H is for the greater good? No, Triple H is not for the long haul. That all law ain't for the long game. No, he just keeps wasting our time, wasting our time, and keep wasting our time for his entertainment. This is the same guy that told us during WrestleMania 41 off. We don't give a what y'all think. We don't give a fuck. How do you feel? Just fuck and enjoy the party. And excuse me for my language, YouTube guy. He said, who gives a crap what we gotta say? Who gives a crap what we even doing? Just watch the show and entertain. I made a video maybe a few months ago the Raw of WrestleMania that Tuesday afternoon. I made a video of what the Raw said. And the more and more that months has passed by, it is time that I give an apology to the Rock. Because he's not a ball fall. No, he's a ball genius. Let's think about what has Triple H done in this year, 2025. He put on the build to Road to WrestleMania was very lackluster. We had, and it started at the Royal Rumble. You had every guy that could have won the Royal Rumble. John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. Who else was in the Rumble that I thought had a good chance to win? Um, yeah, you had five guys minimum. I know there was more that could have won the Royal Rumble. And what did you decide to do? You decided Rock was gonna waste a Royal Rumble on main event Jay Uso. What's that guy that is always you waste why did I get a Rumble? You made what Jay win? You wasted a Rumble opportunity. The Elimination Chamber wasn't really picking up, and what did he do? They had to call the Rock. They had to call the Rock and let the Rock know, hey, business ain't booming. We need you to come in, pick up the sales so we can put on a show for Elimination Chamber. And who was the catalyst for John Cena heel turn? Yes, hindsight 2020, this heel turn has been straight up trash, and we all know it. But we don't get a Cena heel turn without the final boss being present. It's simple as that. We can talk about the match. We can talk about whatever happens afterwards. The reason John Cena turned heel was because The Rock played a pivotal role. And let's be honest, he's going to play a pivotal role in Cody turning heel. There's a whether you like it or not. We believe he's going to play a pivotal role in Cody turning heel. And when Cody turns heel, I promise you, y'all think Roman Reigns was against him? Trust me and believe me, I will say this. Cody will be the biggest heel you will probably see. Because I saw his New Japan days. I saw his Ring of Honor days. But dude knows how to play a good heel. And if you let him experiment with that, trust me and believe me, you're gonna be shocked. You're gonna be shocked. It's that simple. Now, let's get back to the goal. No, that's right. Before I get back to the goal, because I'm still pissed off about that. Then what happens? Elimination Chamber. The Mania was so lackluster. You gotta be. It was so lackluster that people were already going into WrestleMania saying this WrestleMania ain't going to be good. You might have 1, 2 matches in there that might be generational, might be main event worthy, but everything else has been so lackluster to the point that WrestleMania 41, the biggest show in WWE, the Super Bowl of WWE, was treated like a backlash, like a, how I put it, like an Armageddon, so forth, like a March pay per view instead of your biggest pay per view. It was treated like second fiddle. We had such a high expectation. The only match that we thought was going to have the biggest implication was that triple threat match. And boy, did it live up to the hype. But if you looked at every other match, we would have been surprised if even something came out of it. Generational. Even the seen us like, bro. And then his booking for WrestleMania. So you're telling me Cody Rhodes went through this whole period with Kevin Owens, bringing a different side of Cody. And then he goes back to the goody tush guy when John Cena and Scott smacked the out of him, making him with a busted high, and then he couldn't pull the trigger. I was like, what kind of fucking is that? Tell me what kind of fucking is that? It's one of the most expensive you have ever seen. And then what happened? Then WrestleMania Backlash come. We only get 4 matches heading to the pay per view, and you know what they did on the last Monday? They decided to give Penta a rematch after he lost the Dom, just to put it as a filler match. What? Make it make sense for me. Just please make it make sense for me. Just make it make sense to me. All right. Then what? Then Money in the Bank happens. Then Money in the Bank happens, and then not only the ladies didn't live up the hype, but if you really want to be honest, then all these releases he had, you're gonna come out and cap and say it's all part of the show. Man, that wasn't no part of the show. You fire R-Truth and you don't like criticism, and that is why R-Truth is getting his match against Cena at this Friday SmackDown. Because you were so because you hate when fans tell you something because you don't like to hear it. Then you know how Triple H like to operate. Triple H like to operate at his own time, at his own game. That's why he is known as the game. Because he wants us to play it his way. No, Triple H. It's we are done playing your game. You're not the game anymore. We are. We the fans are the game. Because we're the one watching your artists. Whether you can say that we're paying our tickets to come see y'all, and that may be true. But we're also the same people that don't have to pay our tickets and come see y'all. We can make y'all money, and we can definitely lose money for y'all. Don't ever forget that. The fans, just like Archie said, we the fans have importance. We the fans have reasonable expectation. We the fans are vital when it comes to being the success in that company. That is what you never forget. And that's how you apply in life too. But that ball fall is on my last ever nerves. Right now he's at the thin of the thin lines. Because everybody's sick of him. He wants to talk about passionate and all that stuff. No. Triple H, if you see, people forget. Triple H said something a comment ago that really caught up my eye. He said, if I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, what's the point of being here? And at the time, we didn't really pay too much attention to it. because that when at the time he said it, it was a period where business was booming, nobody had no criticism to say, and things became a little bit on the edge. That's why I would say Triple H. Triple H. The moment you start thinking about what's next in terms of keeping going or stepping away, I think it's time to step away. And that's what's going on with you, Triple H. The fact that you already starting to think about what if you're not having fun, all that stuff is not good. There's probably plenty of times that we told Vince McMahon that he needs to step away. It's not for him, but we never heard in public about it. You know why? Because although that man was 70 something years old, still running the product, he enjoyed what he was doing. Even if the product was so shitty that you just looking at your head like, what the heck is this? The dude enjoyed his job. And right now, I'm thinking Triple H don't enjoy his job. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does enjoy his job. I'll always learn from all my family. The moment you start thinking about something that you're not supposed to be thinking about, maybe it's time to think about it and step away and just do what you're thinking about. And that's the problem with Triple H. He's going through this identity crisis. He wants to be the director of this company. Does he want to be involved in creating all that stuff? And and don't let Triple H fool you into thinking who he is. He's just like his father Vince. He is. Don't let that good tush guy. I told you that reign of terror from 2002 and 2005. I want to ask a serious question. Who was, besides his evolution members, who was the only guy that you can think that Triple H really elevated? And I'm gonna go through the line by itself. Okay? Shawn Michaels was already Shawn Michaels when he got back. All the man had to prove was he changed. That was it. Booker T didn't get elevated. Goldberg didn't really get elevated. And I'm telling you this now. I know I said earlier that I don't want to see that old man on my TV, and that still rings true. But we're not going to forget 2003 Goldberg. That man should have won the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam, and his momentum was plummeted due to how he lost and the way he lost. And it did not help that he won at Unforgiven when Goldberg came out of the Elimination Chamber dominated. I'm gonna put some highlights in there to show you how dominant that man was. That man literally eliminated every member that was participating in the Elimination Chamber. And the last person he had to go through was Triple H. And what did WWE decide to do? They decided, and Triple H, because Triple H had to stay into it, they decided to say, no, Goldberg, you're not winning this. We'll make you look strong in defeat. No. When you have a guy that's dominating the way he dominated, you gotta pay it off in storyline by having him win. It's the same thing with Shayna Baszler. She never recovered after how she dominated that Royal Rumble. She never recovered. And although Goldberg won, he didn't really hold it until the end of the year. They made this man drop the back in December. But yeah, I turned my TV off after this because I was sick. I was sick and tired of watching. I didn't even watch it in the Raw. I was so sick and tired of how they did this episode. And just for that episode gets a 2 out of 10 for me. It was already maybe a 5 out of 10. But the moment I seen Goldberg coming out, it pissed me off so much. I turned my TV off. I told one of my family members they could watch another show because I was so sick. Even my mom came in and asked me, Reggie, what's wrong with you? I can't even act right. I told it was the TV, but I didn't tell why. Yeah, this is why right here. So this is my final message. Goldberg, once you get squashed by Gunther, you need to stay gone forever. You need to stay gone forever. And do I care Jay lost the World Heavyweight Champion? No, I want him to lose the World Heavyweight Champion. But if he's going to lose the World Heavyweight Champion, it shouldn't be because this old man wanted the shot. But instead, because of this old man wanting the shot, they made Jay lose the title. He ain't held his joint until SummerSlam. That's a bad thing. He over. As the eating goes, he was still over. He was still doing it. So he could have eaten his way until SummerSlam. Just saying. They didn't want to do that. Although I was glad he lost the World Heavyweight Champion. I know some people are not glad that he lost the, but I get it. But now, I can see why y'all mad though. Because Goldberg's getting a shot. You let old man Goldberg getting a shot. And everybody want, and I know what people gonna say in the comments. Well, Ric Flair was wrestling this 62. This ain't unnecessary. That's not, and people gotta remember, Rick came in. Rick's already signed to WWE. Didn't leave for 5 years, came back, leave again, five, come back. No, Rick wasn't even winning main titles. That is our main issue. It's not that Goldberg is really bad. It's that he's not challenging for a major title. Ric Flair wasn't even challenging for major titles. The man was winning tag titles, intercontinental titles. That was it. He might have had one WWE championship match, maybe two. The man was winning. WWE has put gold, major gold on this man coming back. And I wouldn't be surprised if he wins at Saturday Night Main Event. Because I know how WWE can do. WWE would act so stupid and do some stupid thing. They might put the title on Goldberg and have him held until SummerSlam. And that's when I start to rage. But but this getting late, and I'm already pissed off. So I want you to like, share, comment, subscribe if you new. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you sat through this rant or a mini rant. I don't know what to call this. Maybe this is a state of address that Bullfrog Triple H needs to get his act together immediately. Or maybe, just maybe as WWE fans, we might need to go on strike and not just watch WWE products and let him suffer these ratings. Because the more that we keep watching, the more he gonna keep producing bad shows. This is what I had to say about this. Still can't believe Goldberg came back. I still even can't believe it. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you new. And about Goldberg's back. It could be Kenny, Billy, Goldberg's back.